What's going on, sports fans? He's Edwin Vergara.
He's Carlo Valdez.
And welcome to this week's EBC Sports International.
We've got another great week of stories we touch upon.
The opening ceremonies of the 2019 Warrior Games.
Major League Soccer action in beautiful British Columbia between the Vancouver Whitecaps and the Colorado Rapids.
The return of the XFL. Summer Showcase highlights from Tampa Bay, Florida.
Wheelchair rugby competition at the Warrior Games.
Plus, Los Angeles Dodgers host Filipino Heritage Night.
Let's get rolling.
Disabled military members and veterans compete at the annual Warrior Games, hosted by the Department of Defense. Jay Rasquitas leads us off with the opening ceremony of the Games. Jay?
It's that time of the year where the wounded, but not fallen, have come out and set foot on Florida soil and compete in the annual Warrior Games. We are here at Amalie Arena in Tampa where the opening ceremony is about to kick off. On its 10th consecutive year, the U.S. Department of Defense continues to uphold this multi-sporting event for the wounded, ill, and injured service members and veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. This 10-day event kicked off with 300 sports competitors, including the Armed Forces of Australia, Canada, Netherlands, Denmark, and the United Kingdom. The opening ceremony did not fall short of thrilling. Not only family members of the competitors came out to support, but hundreds of spectators came bearing their national pride. Television personality Jon Stewart, who has been an avid supporter of the Warrior Games, entertained the supporters.
Anything that everybody up here does or says or works hard on your behalf is because of the inspiration that we get from all of you.
Also, important political figures took the stage to speak about the wounded soldiers and veterans.
When you dedicated your life to serving our country and your country, to protect those values and the freedom that we all hold so dear, that is an entirely different level.
First-time competitor Alan Izzard of the United Kingdom advocates mental health, which plays an integral role in the Warrior Games.
The thing that makes me want to compete in the Warrior Games, I'm a big advocate for mental health. People have got to understand that when you have a physical or a mental health issue, it's not the end of the world. It's not about disability, it's about ability. If you've got the ability, you can compete. It doesn't matter whether you're physically issues or you got mental issues. It's all about ability.
The Warrior Games continues to serve as a catalyst to the rehabilitation of wounded soldiers and to unveiling them to adaptive sports. This year will be the first time the Warrior Games will conduct wheelchair tennis, wheelchair rugby, and golf. Stay tuned to Eagle News as we bring to you more of the 2019 Warrior Games this week. Signing off from Tampa, Florida, I'm Jay Rasquitas, always one with 25.
Thanks, Jay. Carlo, what do you think about that opening ceremony?
It looked amazing. Everyone was there. The countries that are represented were over there. Who was there? US, Australia, UK, and a bunch of other countries. They represented really well.
Definitely looked pretty intense. I'm sure they're going to put up a really good competition there.
Yep.
Now we take you north of the border out west to Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia, where the Whitecaps face the Colorado Rapids, ending in a 2-2 draw. Here's Jason Manawis with the recap from BC Place.
The Vancouver Whitecaps were able to earn a point after coming to a draw against the Colorado Rapids. It was clear early that the surging Rapids were ready to be aggressive against the short-handed Whitecaps. With several players away due to the Gold Cup, including their best defender Daniil Henry, the Rapids were able to take a 2-0 lead. Coach Mark Dos Santos admits that the early part of the game had him on his heels.
When you have to address and assess and make changes like that, when there's a Gold Cup and two of your center backs that have been playing in a back three, being Daniil and Derek, are not there, then you have to make changes. And I think those first 20-25 minutes were difficult for us to adjust.
But despite the poor defense and several missed opportunities, Vancouver was able to cut the lead down to 1 after a Freddie Montero penalty. The energetic start to the second half ultimately led to Jordy Reyna's crowd-pleasing free kick that evened the score 2-2. However, even with the strong effort to tie the game and had the chance to win it, the Whitecaps know they have to play better at home.
But when we're playing at home, we need to go look for the game. And teams like Colorado today, they were waiting for us. And that's when we need to do more. We have to create more chances in the last part of the field. The last pass has to be dangerous enough to put the striker or the winger one-on-one with the goalkeeper or with the defender, and that's where we need to get better.
The Whitecaps now stay stagnant, holding the 9th spot in the Western Conference, and the road to the Canadian Championship will not get any easier, as their next 3 games will be against teams at the top of the standings. From BC Place Stadium in Vancouver, for Eagle News, I'm Jason Manawis, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Jason. Up next, the return of XFL, the summer showcase from Tampa Bay, Florida, and more Warrior games as Claudine Cadet brings us wheelchair rugby.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is EBC Sports International.
Are you ready for some XFL football? Tampa Bay hosts the 7th Summer Showcase Tour featuring 150 players. Jay Rosquitas is back with more.
In an ongoing tour of 8 major U.S. cities, the Extreme Football League, or the XFL, put on a showcase at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The invite-only event allowed VIP guests and media to witness the league's pro football prospects for the upcoming inaugural season in 2020. Combine-like athletic testing was ran by Tampa Bay team's coaching staff to evaluate and assess potential players for the XFL. From the 40-yard dash to the broad jump to position drills, the prospects battled it out to see if they could make the cut. Among the hopefuls were former NFL players Ryan Mallett and Matt Jones, who spoke about the opportunity of a revival if drafted to play in the XFL.
I feel like it's a lot of talent still out there and elsewhere and all around the U.S. So I feel like it's a great opportunity for everybody. Now, like I said again, I'm thankful for this opportunity. Oh, and I'll be ready. Like I said, I feel like I'm a step ahead of my game, and I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready to put on the showcase here or anywhere else I go.
Ryan Mallett also expressed his appreciation for Florida football fans, being that Tampa Bay is the only XFL team in the state.
Florida has some of the best fans, around the country. I think it's going to be big. We just got to get going. I think guys are just ready to compete and play ball.
XFL Commissioner and CEO Oliver Luck, who was present at Tampa's showcase, shared his impressions of the league's traveling showcases.
The talent level we've had has been very impressive. And keep in mind, these are all guys who are not in an NFL training camp, right? Many of them have been, most of them, in fact, all of them probably have been. But the guys that we end up signing from these showcases will be the bottom half of our roster. The upper half are going to be guys who get cut in Labor Day.
Mark Trestman, head coach of Tampa Bay's unnamed team, shed light on what potential players can expect in playing in his coaching system.
Well, I think that culture is number one. Is building a locker room where people respect each other, are humble, and that they don't make it about themselves. We don't want a locker room with a bunch of high maintenance people that take our focus away from what we need to do, and that's win games on game day.
The XFL Summer Showcase will make one last pit stop in St. Louis, Missouri. After all the showcases have been completed, the league will assign players to go into a pool. Once the pool is set, they will draft players in October by the 8 XFL teams. Signing off from Tampa, Florida, I'm Jay Rasquitas, always one with 25.
Thanks, Jay. Are you ready for some XFL?
I am. Did you know that the XFL actually started in 2001?
Wow. I think it was just only one season too, but now they're coming back.
Well, hopefully this will be a great comeback for them.
Hope so too. Moving on. Back to Warrior Games, where Claudine Kadai brings us highlights from wheelchair rugby competition. Claudine?
The Department of Defense Warrior Games have encouraged almost 10 years of challenging their players to try new things. Whether it's playing with a new team, trying a different sport, or meeting new people, the games have pushed the barriers of tradition. Breaking tradition once again, the Warrior Games have introduced a new event, wheelchair rugby. The wheelchairs used in this setting are manipulated to include a front bumper and wings. These components, as described on the Warrior Games website, allow players to strike and hold opposing wheelchairs and make the wheelchair more difficult to stop and hold, encouraging a number of strategies to be used for gameplay. Despite being a new event at the Warrior Games, wheelchair rugby has made an impression on players as close to the games as months beforehand.
So a very short time, wheelchair skills are limited, but strength and determination and passion and heart are all there. So the skills will come eventually, but I've got the rest.
Desi Cozier, leading seaman of the Royal Canadian Navy and member of Team Canada, has also given wheelchair rugby a try.
Wheelchair rugby, first time I've heard about it. First time doing it, loved it.
I went to a practice, they strapped me in a chair, they said, go roll around, warm up your shoulders and stuff. And then my buddy now, Courtney, he says, "You ready, Brad?" I'm like, "Ready for what?" He's like, "This." He hits me broadside, and I'm like, wow. I just had the big smile on my face. I had a passion for sports came back, something I had lost a long time ago due to previous injuries and stuff.
The traditional game of rugby, and any sport, has a reputation of putting rivals against each other. However, today's wheelchair rugby has worked the other way and brought people together to face a mightier opponent, life, which for these warriors is an extraordinary feat to overcome.
Life is what inspires me. Before all this, I went through a severe depression, didn't want to be around, and then soldier on, I applied and started getting coming back, and then started wanting to live again and get out.
Just because you're injured doesn't mean that it's game over for you.
This is the journey. It's showing me the passion for life again. I want to spread the word. I want to help others. There's a lot of veterans in Canada that are very much their home bodies. They don't want to get out. I know a few. I've been in contact with them. We're going to work together and going to get them back to living again. So that's what it's about. It's you find the passion, you give the passion to somebody else, you keep going.
From the Tampa Bay Convention Center, I'm Claudine Kadai, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thanks, Claudine.
Yes, awesome story.
Rugby is already a tough sport. Being on a wheelchair, I'm sure it makes it that much more tougher.
I know. Very, very challenging indeed. I could just imagine just rolling and rolling. And then, ooh.
Yeah, definitely well-coordinated people there.
Definitely. Coming up, LA Dodgers host Filipino Heritage Night. Don't go away. EBC Sports International will return in a moment. And we're back. LA Dodgers has one of the most multicultural fan bases in Major League Baseball. Last month, the organization hosted Filipino Heritage Night. Eva Besalyahe with more on the celebration.
Happy Filipino Night, go Dodgers! Happy Filipino Night, go Dodgers!
Happy Filipino Night, go Dodgers!
Happy Filipino Night, go Dodgers!
For the 10th straight year, the Los Angeles Dodgers host Filipino Nights.
These pre-game festivities are replete with food, Hulk celebrations, and an exclusive Dodgers jersey, in celebration of the influence and contributions of the ever-growing Filipino community in Los Angeles.
Today I'm at Dodger Stadium for Filipino Night. It's just a celebration of the Filipino community out here to support our local Dodger team. In general, there's always a lot of Filipinos at the Dodger Stadium, but I feel like as of right now, of course, we're all coming together to celebrate our Filipino Night.
Philippines coming together, you know, and Philippine Independence Day is this month too, so you know what a better way to celebrate Filipino Independence Month than here at Filipino Night at Dodger Stadium. Filipinos' impact not only in LA but around the world just shows how hardworking we are, how smart we are, and how dedicated we are. Let's go Philippines!
Tonight it's Filipino Night, and I think it's going to be a very fun day. They bring a good diversity of people, you know, they introduce us to their culture. I think they're really excited. I think they're going to have a fun time.
First at bat for the night's performances were the Philippine Chamber Singers of Los Angeles.
It's Filipino Night. It's a big honor for us to be invited. This would be the second time that we're singing for this particular occasion, and we're really very excited. As far as food is concerned, we don't even have to talk about that. It's a given. And culturally, I think Filipinos have also been in love with the sport, baseball. There are, well, as I was told, 12,000 seating capacity is sold out, and it's a big honor for us to be here.
The national anthem was performed by singer and actress Anthea Neri.
It's a huge platform to sing in front of family. It's all these Filipinos here to support you. And I was born in the Philippines, and I came here when I was 4 years old. And to be able to sing the national anthem surrounded by my Filipinos, Filipino Americans here on this platform is an amazing opportunity. It brings us all together. It's an amazing chance to meet friends and family. I have friends that are here that did shows with me. I've done the anthem before, and they're here supporting and having just camaraderie and, again, family. As you can feel that energy and support every time there's a bunch of Filipinos around. So that is amazing. We are making strides for diversity. I've got so many friends that I'm working with in Mamma Mia that have AJ Raphael and Jules Aurora, and they create that platform that it allows you to shine and to be diverse and don't sit in the shadows, but create a platform to shine proud as a Filipino and a Filipino American, and to shine with your talents or whatever you do, to be able to share it and share it with pride and to share it with Filipino pride.
True Blue Dodger fans were also filled with pride as their home team that night defeated the Colorado Rockies 4-2.
It's a Filipino Dodgers night for the Filipino heritage.
Celebration, yeah, and it's nice that we have this T-shirt that they really made for Filipinos. They're so happy to see each other, you know, coming from different places. You know, like us, we're from Riverside. I know there's a lot more people from other cities of California.
We're so proud to be here and to enjoy the big city of Los Angeles, you know, and to show our Filipino pride and our heritage, and we're happy to have this Dodgers Filipino night.
We are proud to be Filipinos.
Filipino Night at Dodger Stadium takes place in the same month as Philippine Independence Day,
which makes celebrating the Philippine culture at the old ball game an extra special experience.
For Filipinos living in this wonderfully vibrant and pleasantly diverse city, Reporting from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, this is Eva.
And Aaron for EBC Sports International.
And we are one with 25.
Thanks, Eva. That must have been an amazing night.
And I'm sure there was an amazing tailgate party there too. Being
Yeah.
Filipino Heritage Night, there has to have been some great Filipino food there too.
Oh yeah, possibly lechon.
Maybe Filipino spaghetti.
Oh, even pancit. Or your favorite,
Turon, for sure.
turon. And speaking of turon, that's our wrap.
You mean masarap?
Yes, so make sure you join us again next time here for EBC Sports International. Visit our websites at www.eaglenews.net and at eaglenewslive.com. Follow us on Facebook at Eagle News and on Twitter at Eagle News. Thanks for watching. I am Carlo Valdez.
And I'm Edwin Vergara. And we are one with 25.